NATO is 75 years old. That's the main theme of a historic summit taking place in Washington, D.C. this week. There were festive events before the summit opened as NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg threw the first pitch at a baseball game. And alliance leaders say there are good reasons to celebrate. The number of allies has grown to 32, with Sweden attending its first summit as a NATO member.
We've made outstanding progress in strengthening our deterrence and defense. We built on our progress from previous summits, and we've shown the world that NATO is stronger, larger, and more united than ever before.
But the alliance's anniversary takes place against a troubling backdrop. Russia's war in Ukraine is at the top of the agenda, as Moscow draws growing support from allies like North Korea and Iran. Meeting US defense officials at the Pentagon, Stoltenberg referred to Russian airstrikes on July 8th that included an attack on a children's hospital.
Only today we have seen horrendous missile attacks against Ukrainian cities, killing innocent civilians, including children. I condemn these heinous attacks.
NATO leaders are expected to make concrete offers of support for Ukraine, including military supplies, training and logistics. The allies will solidify a plan to provide $43 billion in aid to Ukraine in 2025, and they will discuss a so-called bridge to membership for Kiev. But a definitive timeline has yet to be discussed. Meanwhile, there is deep uncertainty about what role the United States will play in the alliance, depending on the outcome of the presidential election. The possible return to power of Donald Trump, a NATO skeptic, has some allies worried, and there will be close attention on President Joe Biden, who is plagued by concerns about his age and abilities. The White House tried to downplay questions, suggesting NATO allies might share those concerns.
I think the question presupposes the notion that they need to be reassured of American leadership and President Biden's commitment, and I don't believe that's the case. We're not picking up any signs of that from our allies at all, quite the contrary. The conversations that we're having with them in advance, they're excited about this summit, they're excited about the possibilities and the things that we're going to be doing together specifically to help Ukraine.
As the summit opens, the agenda will be busy and the stakes will be high for Ukraine, the United States and their allies.